Smile.
Oh my God.
When I said to this man that I was a libertarian, he said, wait a second. Libertarian? I had the libertarian candidate for vice governor of New York on my show.
This stream is turning me into a Chad.
And I asked him, when you were in the Senate in the mid-60s, would you have voted in favor or against the civil rights legislation of 1964? And this man said he would have voted against it. So I'm asking you, Larry Elder, what would you have done? And I said, well, to the extent that those laws mandate any kind of interference in the private sector, yes, I would have voted against it. He went ballistic.
Oh my fucking God, dude. I feel like every time I make a meme about a particular person, that person always exists, dude. Because Republicans, conservatives in general, are so morally depraved that there will always be a fucking meme. Like when you say shit like, yeah, a black Republican who says they're against the civil rights movement, like they're gonna come out. Next up, women against voting, like women against the suffrage, women's suffrage movement.
Can't believe it's been
like there is no fucking law. There is no societal progress that conservatives will not work to dismantle. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I mean when I say conservatism just does not align with modern society, and it never will be. It's diametrically opposed to all manner of civil liberties that many before us have fought long and hard for. And what is remarkable about this,
I work so much since I got my
what's
new job,
remarkable about this entire process is that,
but I still sub and try to watch,
like,
even
the
if it's
reason why these guys can't get away with it is because the material conditions are different here. But that's precisely why I always say, like, these motherfuckers would 1000% be significantly more violent and more brutal in Afghanistan. Like, that's it. The only difference is they were just born in a better spawn point.
13 months says buff.
Oh, there it is. Boo Boo Bennett. Famous pants shitting connoisseur. Honestly, letting women vote in this country wasn't one of the best ideas. Females vote with emotion and overwhelmingly support democratic feel-good policies that take away our actual rights. I'd rather lose my right to vote than lose my right to defend myself with a firearm. Bro, I'm telling you, like, you think these motherfuckers wouldn't be Taliban if they were born in Afghanistan? You think they would be like progressives? No. The whole point is,
all of our pants.
The whole point is, like, these people, they obviously adjust to their own material conditions and what the culture looks like in that particular area, in that particular time frame. It's like Ben Shapiro writing articles 20 years ago. Ben Shapiro used to write articles about how, like, colleges were, you know, educating people on being homosexual, and that was bad. Now he still tries to be as homophobic as he can, but he can't be, like, overwhelmingly homophobic. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they adjust their rhetoric because they realize that conditions change, and they don't want to come across as, like, completely unacceptable. But if you think for even a brief moment that, like, these motherfuckers would not take rights away from women, black people, gay people in every way, shape, or form, like, you're delusional. All Republicans want to do about wokeness is wine. Libertarians have solutions. Repeal the Civil Rights Act. Wait, how is he homophobic? Who? Ben Shapiro? The point is, Ben Shapiro used
Let's
to
look
be,
at what the
Ben Shapiro used to be outwardly homophobic, and now he's just like,
8 months of
you
being
know,
in
toned
daycare.
it down a
True.
lot. You understand? And the reason why he changed is because his attitude didn't change, his personality didn't change, his opinions on gay people didn't change. What changed is society. It was normalized, especially amongst like cis white gay men. Getting married was normalized, and once the like, it's always the same cycle of progress. You have activists that are fucking fighting and dying and getting arrested and doing it over and over and over again. Finally, then you have the media also doing a little bit of cultural attitude shifting as well, because there's a lot of, you know, gay people in Hollywood, that sort of stuff. But usually it's not great. First, it's like a little bit of fucking shitty representation. Then it gets a little bit better kind of representation. Okay. Also, simultaneously, there's organizing occurring non-fucking stop, right? And people are becoming more comfortable with expressing their sexual desires. Okay. And then you have more representatives that are now advocating for it because they're like, well, a larger percentage of my voter base has like gay children, shit like that. Right? And then ultimately you get to a point where you have an actual tangible legislative agenda. You finally pass that. First is defense of the marriage. But then you ultimately pass like gay marriage, you legalize it, and then boom, that's it. It's over. It's now an intangible, indestructible right, and that greatly fucking normalizes the existence of LGBT people, specifically just like the L and the G. But still, that's how it works. So Ben Shapiro, throughout that process, changes his rhetoric. First, he's like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Like, gay people are degenerate. They're destroying our culture. And then when it gets to a point where it is no longer fashionable for him to be openly homophobic, then he changes it. Then he changes his rhetoric to be like, well, you know, you can't be an Orthodox Jew and gay at the same time. You still need to marry a woman if you're a man. But, you know, I don't care about whether you're gay or not. I just like, I don't know. You just can't have like a real marriage. You understand? The attitudes that he still has are there. He's just trying to fucking, you know, attack the areas that are still acceptable for him to fucking attack. For example, trans people. Ben Shapiro attacks the exact same way that he attacked gay people and lesbian people and bi people, but now he just like openly does it towards trans people because that's still completely acceptable.